Alright. Good morning, night shift. Good evening, day shift. Alright, so this time we have somebody who's been with us right from year 2005. Very stable, very steady, and someone who is quite known among our people. He's among those people who is visible. His visibility is quite much because of his inclination towards Saheli and extracurricular activities, the kind of performances that he's given in the past in Saheli and anchoring. So he's one of our Saheli stars who's going to come up today and presenting before us. We welcome none other than Rajsagar Bhatia. Not many of you know him. Rajsagar Bhatia.
Alright, good evening everybody. Good evening. My name is Raj and today I'm going to talk to you about how to give an effective presentation. But before I start my presentation, I would like to ask a question to each and everybody sitting over here. And the question goes this way. What is the first thing comes into your mind when somebody tells you to come out and give a presentation? I'm going to repeat my question once again. What is the first thing comes into your mind when somebody tells you to come out and give a presentation? You can raise your hand if you want to answer. Proper.
Subject, topic.
Great. All right, you reach?
Fear.
Fear. Wonderful. Good evening.
James, that's fear.
Fear. Wonderful. All right, Shraddha.
Knowledge sharing.
Knowledge sharing. Wonderful. Great. Anybody else want to share something?
How to open the presentation.
How to open the presentation. Great. Wonderful. You all were right in your own ways. Human mind is such a beautiful organ. It starts working the moment you are born and stops working the moment somebody tells you to come out and give a presentation. But there are a few techniques, there are a few ways. If you will implement your presentation, you can become a great speaker each time you come over here and present your topic. So today I'm going to share with you all a few techniques, few ways. If you will implement it to your presentation, you can become a great speaker. Alright, so let me begin with my first slide. Alright, next time anybody tells you to come out and give a presentation, the first thing you need to say is, say a yes. When you say yes, it shows that you're confident about yourself. When you say yes, it shows that you're positive about yourself. When you say yes, it shows that you do not fear facing the crowd. And when you say yes, it shows that you do not fear taking up the new challenge. So next time anybody tells you to come out and do a presentation, the very first thing you need to say is a yes. Right? Great. Let's move on to the next slide. Choose a topic. Now you can see Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Now what a player he is. He has scored 200 runs in one inning. He has scored 100 centuries. Just imagine if you would have chosen a different career. A table tennis, badminton, pool, guitarist, tabla player. Today you will have a different story altogether. Why I'm saying that? Presentation is also somewhat same. You need to choose a topic according to your preference. You need to choose a topic according to your knowledge. You need to choose a topic according to your convenience, and you need to choose a topic according to your field. Because if you choose a topic according to your convenience and according to your field, it will be easier for you to communicate to the audience. However, if you choose a topic wherein you have no idea, you do not believe in the topic, there is a possibility that you will falter and your presentation will fail. So always choose a topic according to your preference, according to your field. Let's go to the next slide. Practice, practice, practice. Now first slide we have seen, we have said a yes. After saying a yes, we have chosen a topic. Now what is the next thing we need to do? Practice. As you can see, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I'm a great fan of his. You know, who can forget when he launched that ball towards the middle and hit a stick and brought the World Cup for us after 28 years? Who can forget it? Nobody can, I'm sure. Now, do you think it just happened by chance or by fluke? No. he must have practiced in the nets. Similarly, presentation is also somewhat safe. We need to practice, and keep on practicing till the time it gets into the deepest part of your brain, goes into your subconscious mind, that even at night 2 o'clock, if somebody tells you to come out and do a presentation, you need to be ready for it. Practice makes a man perfect. It doesn't mean it doesn't make a woman perfect. It makes a woman perfect too. Alright? So practice that. Let's do the next slide. The mirror effect. Now, we have said yes to the presentation. We have chosen a topic. We have practiced the way we have never practiced in our life. Now, minutes before your actual presentation, you'll feel nervous, you'll feel anxiety, you'll feel butterflies in your stomach, you'll feel nausea, you'll feel headache, and whatnot. These are all signs of nervousness. These are all signs where, you're not feeling that you're good. How to get it down, how to eradicate it, how to reduce it down. It's very simple. It is very simple. Just visit a washroom. Go to the washroom, stand in front of the mirror. Look at yourself. Say to yourself, you're so handsome, you're so beautiful, you're so talented. Nothing wrong can happen to you today because God is breathing into your direction. You're going to give the best presentation of the day. Everybody will like the presentation. Everybody will enjoy the presentation. When you say these words to yourself, you feel confident. When you feel confident, you can come over here and deliver your speech. Now, why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Because after research, it shows that human mind can hold only one particular emotion properly at one particular time. So, if you're feeling sad, you cannot feel happy. If you're crying, you cannot feel like laughing. Right? Similarly, if you say to yourself that, you're going to be great, you're going to be great, God is leading in your direction, you're going to give the best presentation so far, you're feeling confident. When you're feeling confident, you don't feel nervous. Alright, so when you're feeling confident, you come over here and present your topic. I call it a mirror effect. Alright, let's go to the next slide. Alright, now, the starting of the presentation is very important because in the beginning, 20 seconds are very important. The audience will decide whether they want to listen to the presenter or whether they want to speak. The 20 seconds are very, very important in the presentation. The starting of the presentation is very important. How to start the presentation? There is a rule. I call it a star rule. STAR, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Star rule. S stands for startling start. T stands for tell a story. A stands for ask a question. And R stands for recite a chord. Now, to elaborate more on this particular topic, I would like to show you a video, and afterwards we can discuss on these aspects. Right. Of course.
As you begin a presentation, recognize that the audience is not necessarily focused on your message. No matter if it's one person or a board of directors or a committee or perhaps hundreds of people, they're not necessarily there, focused, alert, waiting for those first words of wisdom out of your mouth. Hi, this is Gary Hankins, and over the next 90 seconds I'll share with you a 4-step process that will ensure that you not only grab the audience's attention, but focus the audience on your message. That 4-step process is embedded in what I call the STAR method. STAR is an acronym standing for the following. The S in STAR stands for startle. Say something that is startling or shocking that will grab the audience's attention. For example, if you were in commercial real estate sales, you might say $100,000. That's how much money you will be virtually throwing away over the next 3 years in your current office lease. That would certainly get the audience's attention. The T in STAR stands for tell a story. This could be a case study, an experience that you've had with a previous client. Something like this. Again, if you were in commercial real estate sales, using that example, it could be, recently we worked with ABC Corporation, and we had an opportunity to analyze their office leases. we found that as a result of a variety of studies, they were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year that they didn't need to spend. And as a result of the work that we did with them, we actually wound up saving them in excess of $100,000 each and every year. And we're confident that we can do the same for you. That would be, or is, the T. So S-T, the A in STAR stands for Ask a Question. Now, I like to do this a lot, particularly if I'm not sure about the direction of the presentation. So it could go something like this. Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, we're happy to spend some time with you today and learn more about you and how we can help you. But before I start, let me just check in with you and see what you would like for us to be sure to cover with you. Now, let me say something that will allow you to focus specifically in on one area that you may not be otherwise planning to address. So that's the R. That's the A, I should say, ask a question. The R in STAR stands for recite a quote. And a quote could go something like this. There's an old proverb that says that the money that you have today is going to be gone tomorrow if you don't take care of it today. And in analyzing your office lease, we've found that you are perhaps not taking care of the money that you're spending today, because it appears that, and you may not know this, you've actually been spending a lot more money than you could have. And we're confident that during our time with you today, we'll show you how you can significantly reduce that expense. Now, you can use a combination of STAR, maybe one or more of the STAR. Certainly wouldn't use all of them, but one or a combination. So remember, the way to grab an audience is to begin with the STAR methodology. The STAR method stands for S, startle, T, tell a story, A, ask a question, and R, recite a quote. Use the STAR system, and I'm confident that you'll not only grab the audience, but you'll focus them on your presentation and set up for a great presentation.
All right, so nice to meet you. STAR rule, as we were discussing. STAR, S stands for starting start, T stands for tell a story, A stands for ask a question, and R stands for recite quote. All right, so how can we implement it to a presentation? Right? It also depends what topic you are actually presenting with the topic. So, for example, starting start. So, if I were to, demonstrate starting start, and let's say that, as I said that, it also depends on the topic, and also depends in front of whom you're actually, presenting the topic. So, I could do something this way. Good evening, everybody. My name is Raj, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to give an effective presentation. But before I start the presentation, I would like to tell you one thing very clearly, that I would ask you one by one to come over here, stand, and talk correctly to me. All right? So make sure that, you be ready. So what I'm doing is, I'm just creating, a panic in the audience. When I do that, audience will tend to be on their toes. Oh my God, my son will come. Well, I have to go there, really? No, I'm not prepared. So these are the things which actually, make the audience listen to you. All right? So you would be attentive to me, even though if you don't want to listen to me, but you would be. So I'm grabbing your attention. That was it. Now, see, tell a story. You can tell a story. I'm going to, I'd like to do an activity over here where I'm going to divide the entire group into the 4 groups, A, B, C, D, and I'm going to give each group 10 words, group of words, and you need to create your own story out of those words. All right? So you're not supposed to leave any particular word. You need to just create a story, on the basis of the words which I'm going to give you. All right? So let's do it this way. This particular section would be A, this would be B, and the entire group would be C and D. All right? So I would like if you have pen and paper. All right. It's just a fun activity. It's just to let you all know that you can create your own story when you're giving a presentation. What do you want? One story, meaning one story from the each group, and you can discuss it and create a What are the words you want? This is team C and D, right? Wonderful. So this is for team A, village. A man, woman, poor, hardworking, empty, hardworking, killer, James, and Ford. Alright. Children, apple, apple, mango, hungry, angry,
Team B.
A rainy day, totally wet, husband, wife, car, darkness, a lonely place, a mechanic, a thief, and a police, a cop.
Team D.
Right, team D. Hill station. Hill station. Holiday. College. Mountain, lightning, hunting, and it's raining heavy.
When the class given by teacher was said in here that
All right, last 1 minute. And I'm sure that you know A is already ready, and C is also ready, and I believe C is actually sitting relaxed. C is actually working very hard. I don't know whether you're actually really getting the story movie or what. Great voice. It would be interesting to see what kind of a story you actually come up with.
documentary
Right, last 30 seconds. Team A, Team B, Team C, Team D, everybody's ready over here. So we'll start with Team A. Let's see what their story. And just want to recap what actually we're trying to do over here is we just saw a fantastic video wherein it shows that how the star rule can be implemented into the presentation. So we're just trying to, use the second, tell a story one over here, where it's very easy to create the story, and it is very easy to narrate also. So I'm going to ask any of the members to stand and just narrate the story, so that, we can get a clearer picture of what it is with the words which have been given to you. Alright, so Monish will stand and Monish will narrate the story, and let's see what they have done in the story. Yes, I'll repeat if you want. The story was village, a man, a woman, poor, hardworking, died, police, killer, jail, and court. So let's see what they have done with these words.
Okay, this is just a 1 minute story. I will just narrate in front of everybody. Is that okay? Aajki Sansani Khabar. Be careful with your loved ones. It could happen at your place also. Have you read yesterday's newspaper? What happened? Have everybody read it? No. Then you have to be careful with your loved ones. The story was a hardworking poor man died in a village. Police investigated the case, caught the killer, and you know who it was? It was a woman. Police immediately jailed her and took her to the court.
Please clap, it's a fantastic story. Wonderful, Monish. Wonderful work by the secretary. Right, let's see what Team B has done. Alright, so obviously the words which I've given to Team B was children, chew, apple, mangoes, hungry, angry, mom, dad, love, naughty. Alright. Who's going to stand? Me to stand there.
It's a story, small story. Once upon a time, there was a family named Smith who lived in a cottage who had 2 naughty children. The children were not allowed to go out without getting unattended. Mom was busy cooking, dad had gone to work, children were hungry, and mom was not able to attend them. So they went out without informing their mom, and plucked apple and mangoes from the tree and ate. Mom, when she came back, mom realized that the children were not at home. She went out searching for them, but instead of getting angry, with love made them understand of not going out without unattended.
Wonderful. Great. That's really well. Let's take the story of these 10 words to see the power. Alright, let's ask team C. Alright, the words were rainy day, totally wet, husband, let's see. Right. Husband, wife, car, darkness, lonely place, mechanic, thief, and police. Let's see what we have done in the story. Right. All right.
It was a dark, rainy day. A husband and wife were in their car, driving back to their home from a party. Suddenly the car stopped and the engine stalled in a dark, lonely place in the jungle. The husband got out and said he would go get a mechanic. After the husband was gone, suddenly the wife was getting very anxious when a thief came out from nowhere. He was totally wet and pointed a gun to the lonely woman and asked her to get out of the car and give away all the valuables that she had. The wife calmly got out of the car and took out her wallet and gave it to the thief. Suddenly the thief looked at the wallet, turned around and ran away, stunned to see the wife's police identity in the wallet.